Hey guys, Professor Bill of Comic Book University and WWE's WrestleMania 2018 WrestleMania special one shot. I was going to say number one, but that's a lie. It's a one shot. Okay, so this is coming to you from Boom Studios, and I read the regular numbered titles all the time. I read the specials also, but I'm never particularly happy when the specials come out, and I've gotten used to it, so this one didn't hurt as much. But I can honestly tell you that if I didn't expect it to not be great, I would have been really disappointed. All right. So basically, there are four stories in here, and each one's by different artists, different writers, whatever. You Can Hate Me Now is the first story, and that features The Miz. Listen, I'm not here to insult anybody. So I'm not going to. I'm simply going to state the thing. I'm not going to mention anybody's names. I'm simply going to state what I saw. All right. The art was probably the best in this issue. At the same time, I couldn't recognize The Miz until, this is a Miz versus John Cena story when they had their WrestleMania match. So, what do you call it? The only way I was able to recognize The Miz from anyone or anything else is because of the faux hawk. You know what I'm saying? So, aside from that, that's probably the only gripe that I have about that particular section, that quarter of this comic book. Everything else about that particular story was perfectly fine. When a macho man loves a woman, that could have lived with it, could have lived without it. You have the idea. You have a good idea of what that one's about. Iron Sharpens Iron is actually another Macho Man story. And this is when he's going against, what's his face, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, which is one of the most beloved stories ever. We all love that story. God, the lead up to that was just like the Macho Man knew how to tell a story, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And it started on regular TV, I believe, on a Sunday afternoon, and then just escalated to this WrestleMania match, which blew my mind. Amazing, you know? And the Iron Sharpens Iron story is great. It's based off of one of Iron Man's promos, one of Macho Man's promos. Nobody gave a promo like Macho Man. That was great. But as far as this comic, this particular quarter of the comic, could have lived with it, could have lived without it. You know what I'm saying? The narration was pretty good. Aside from that, it's all it was narration. Even the art was kind of like, dude, what am I looking at here? They look like stretchy balloon, Stretch Armstrong type figures. It is what it is. It is what it is. I always feel like these WrestleManias, or these like the SummerSlam issue and all these other non-numbered titles, all of these throw-togethers, the specials, I should say, that they really are just thrown together. They're kind of like slapped together like patchwork and thrown out there. The last one is The Authority Wears Prada. You can imagine that's mostly a Stephanie McMahon story, and it's basically about her trying on different clothes for, you remember that one match? I think that was 2 years ago. Was it against Sting? I think it was, where for once, what's his face? Triple H didn't actually do the dress up this time. He just came out regular, and it's actually Stephanie who dressed up, and she had that really good looking, set of clothes. At the same time, she's the bad person. She's the heel. You're not supposed to like her. So it's like, wow, she looks good. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was great. It was a great presentation. They always have the best presentations. I'm telling you, if I were the boss of a company, I would absolutely have the best presentations in the world. But in the meantime, this particular story, it was literally, okay, how do you like these clothes? No? Okay, how do you like these clothes? Okay, well, this is what I'm actually going to wear. It's like you didn't even need the person in the room with you to try on the different clothes with, what? It made no sense. These specials are not special at all. They're special ed at the very best. No grade, because there's no point. I've never really liked these. I get them because, I don't know, morbid curiosity, I guess. But honestly, it's my opinion, save your money on these. You want to get a good WWE comic, then get the standard WWE comic that comes out every month. Those are actually good stories. We're in the middle of the women's revolution right now. Actually in the middle of trying to beg politely for Dennis Hopeless to start doing a Matt Hardy story, the Broken Hardy story. I'm really hoping that he does it. But anyway, those are actually really good. They're just little patchwork stories put together, and here you go. So they're cool. They're nostalgic, but for the most part, it doesn't look like there's too much effort put in here. It is what it is. Me personally, I'd be trying my hardest on this one to get somebody to notice it, to get somebody to say, this guy would be good on a comic. I guess these guys just aren't interested in that. Anyway, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.